And what's great about the Margaret T. Morris Center is that there's so many things that their loved one can get involved with. Activities, socialization, getting to know other people, lots of music, arts and crafts, our horticultural therapy program. The activities are meaningful and purposeful.
I like the gardens outside. Daddy and I go out, I take him in his electric wheelchair out into the garden center, and we watch the tomatoes ripen, and we watch the peppers, the eggplants.
We have horticultural therapy where residents can actually garden in our beautiful award-winning 1-acre gardens, or they can garden indoors during the winter.
One of the things that I love is that we provide so much music here because it's so meaningful to our residents. They smile, they reminisce, they dance. Even if they are in a wheelchair, even if they're wheelchair bound, you'll see that toe tapping, their eyes closing, and memories come flooding back.
They engage the people in everyday activities so that they're not just left in a corner somewhere.
At the Margaret T. Morris Center, you'll never see people lined up in hallways. You're going to see people enjoying things in their neighborhood or being part of a larger group for a particular activity, whether it be exercise or crafts or children visiting for an intergenerational program. We keep people active here. We want people engaged in their environment versus sitting around and doing nothing. One of the things that we try and educate families about here at the Margaret T. Morris Center is that getting the right care from the very beginning will help your loved one adjust well to their new environment and their new living situation. At the Margaret T. Morris Center, we serve people from the early stages of memory loss until the very end stages. And we always say, come here earlier versus later. You will always find that when somebody comes earlier in their disease process, the transition is so much easier for the resident to become adjusted in their new setting, as well as to help support them keep their independence in their living situation.
I slept on the couch for about 3 weeks before Mother moved in here so I could pick her up and get her back in bed. And I would read to her till 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock every night because she could not sleep and Daddy couldn't handle her anymore. They were both in their 90s. And the difference between that and this, night and day.
One of the best assets that this Margaret T. Morris Center provides back to us, one of the feelings we have, is we can go to bed at night knowing that she is safe and comfortable and that she's receiving the best care that we have observed in Prescott. This is the 3rd facility we've been in, so it's not taken lightly.
When you tour our community at the Margaret T. Morris Center, you are not going to see what you typically might see in a traditional assisted living community or even a nursing home. So in the traditional assisted living community setup, you are going to see long hallways with apartments. and you typically won't see anyone out in your hallways. At the Margaret T. Morris Center, when you tour our community, you are going to see a very warm and welcoming residence without apartments. You are going to see 4 smaller neighborhoods with bedrooms. You're going to see a living room and a small dining room, very much like a person's home.
You see so many nursing homes where people are just left sitting in a chair or sitting in a wheelchair, and they line them all up, and that doesn't happen here. The facility is arranged so that it feels like a home. It has their TV room, they have their kitchen, and then their rooms are all centered.
One of the reasons our building is set up in that fashion is because we do specialize in memory care. And when a resident comes out of their bedroom, whether it's due to sleeping and waking up in the morning, or taking a quick cat nap in the afternoon, or wanting to spend some downtime in their room, when they open their door, they're not opening it to a long hallway. They're opening up to their residence, their home, where they're going to find our caring and passionate caregivers to support them in whatever their needs are. So they're never going to feel lost or isolated from people.